welcome to EduQuest. Once again, I am Ma'am Noemi Ahardin, your teacher for this episode. Last episode, Ma'am Angela talked about the spore-bearing and the cone-bearing plant. Can you give me examples of these plants? Correct! For spore-bearing plants, we have the ferns, and for the cone-bearing plant, we have pine trees. For this episode, we will be discussing the living and the non-living things. But before that, here is our learning objective.
At the end of the lesson, the learners are expected to identify characteristics of living and non-living things, distinguish between living things and non-living things, and reflect on the role of living things and non-living things in our environment.
Hi there! Do you have any pets? Great! What is the name of your pet? Wow! Mine is Panda. Now, I want you to take a look at the illustration beside us. On each paw, I want you to write down the physical characteristic or appearance of your pet. Also, write the name of your pet. Based on your description, do you consider your pet as a living thing or not? Correct! If your pet is a dog, a cat, bird, or fish, your pet is a living thing because it needs food, water, and it grows. And these are the basic characteristics of a living thing.
Living things are creatures that are made up of cells. They grow and exhibit movement. They undergo metabolism and are capable of producing life through reproduction. Here are the characteristics of living things. Number 1, they have cells that function as operating systems for various tasks. Number 2, they can breathe. Number 3, living things are sensitive to touch and can feel. 4, they grow and undergo different stages of development. 5, they eat food to acquire nutrients. 6, most of the living things can move. And 7, they can reproduce using their reproductive system. Non-living things, on the other hand, are the things that are not alive. They do not possess life, they do not have a lifespan, and they remain in nature as it is. These are the characteristics of non-living things. First, non-living things are lifeless. Second, they do not eat. Third, they never die. 4, they don't reproduce. 5, they do not move. 6, they grow by accretion or when adding materials externally. Some examples of living things are: we have trees, plants, insects, animals, and humans. Examples of non-living things are plastics, metals, rocks, and clothes.
Now that you have understand what is a living and a non-living thing and also their characteristics, let us explore more by doing this activity.
Directions. Look around your house and list 5 living things and 5 non-living things that you can find. Describe the characteristics of each by completing the table below and do it for 5 minutes.
Very good, students! Living things and non-living things has their own characteristics that plays a vital role in our environment and our community as well. And with that, let us proceed to our last activity.
Directions. Reflect on the role of the living and non-living things in our environment. Write it in 2 to 3 sentences. For the scoring guide, 5 points if you write 2 to 3 correct reflections with examples. 3 points if you write 1 correct reflections with examples. And 1 point if you write a vague reflection without example.
Living things and non-living things is very essential in the life of humans on Earth. These things can also be used in any area. For example, we have animals as our pets, plants as our food and ornaments, and those non-living things that can also be used to produce any product and more. And as a human and a citizen of this world, we must show appreciation to the things that God created, whether it be living or non-living. Once again, this is Ma'am Noemi Ardin, and thank you for watching. Goodbye!